Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in and listening to this conversation that I'll be having together with Aymen Saidi of Amazon Web Services, where we're going to explore together how we can get the full leverage out of AI, both inside the networks and how we then build networks for AI. So let's just start by thinking about some of the value and the potential that is there for AI in software development. What do you see happening there?
So AI for software developers is actually revolutionizing the way they can be more productive. So for example, with Ericsson, we are also working on how do you apply AI to help SDEs or software developer in the run space.
Yeah.
So run is something that need quite a lot of velocity. There's new feature that need to be deployed, delivered, and delivered quickly. But essentially, a software developer doesn't always know what someone else is working on. So how do I understand their code? How do I understand maybe the specification, the standard? And AI can supplement that information so I can understand as a software developer what I should be coding, what I should be developing. So that increase the efficiency.
Quality of the code, but also the speed in which it can be developed.
Exactly.
Great. And that's it already happening inside Ericsson. We also see cases where our customers are leveraging the potential with AI. And I saw some announcements there from your side as well. Do you want to comment on that?
No, absolutely. So, for example, there's a public use case with British Telecom, BT, that has adopted Amazon Q for Developer to help their team, their internal team, to develop quicker. So that way they're able to increase by a substantial percentage the amount of code that they can deliver on an annual basis. So the teams are more productive, they're happier, and this is something that is quite exciting to replicate, not only with BT, but other customers as well.
As we think about what needs to be there for getting that full leverage of AI, it's not really one size fits all in terms of the resources that you need either, right? So how do you see that evolving?
It's awesome that you're bringing this point. So it's really important on the AI space, and I'm going to touch the Gen AI specifically, to have diversity. There's no language model that fits all. It is important for developers and for essentially you as Ericsson as well to be able to play around, right? Sometimes you may want Cloud Instance, sometimes you may want Cloud 2. You also have the Amazon Nova family. Maybe you want to use Llama. So how do you switch easily between one LLM for your specific use case? So in Amazon, we have Amazon Bedrock, and Amazon Bedrock, what it does essentially is have a unified API that allows customers to switch for the specific use case, because you want to use one LLM that meets your performance at the lowest cost. And all of them are different and have their strengths and their weaknesses. And we're really happy to see how our customers are doing that. There was really an interesting tidbit from a customer that built a hologram, and they were able to switch on the fly from one large language model to another.
Yes.
So within one line of code that is being deployed, they can switch to another language model and see the speed and the latency gain or losses
with that interface, without having to change any of the code underneath.
Exactly.
In Ericsson, we think a lot about how we can enable AI and really in our own development, as we already mentioned, but we also think a lot about what will be required of the networks to cater to the AI workloads. Yep. So that's an area where we like to see it as really the full digital stack there would require not only, the full leverage of AI, also the cloud, but also connectivity to cater for it, to really have that full capacity to be able to leverage it in the development itself. Is that something you have been thinking about as well?
We two says actually within AWS. We have the AI continuum, and then we also have what we say network AI and network for AI and AI for network, which is also an industry language. But essentially, what does it mean? It means that we want to be able to consume AI across the entire edge. So whether it is on the network component itself, which I know that Ericsson is quite involved as well in that space, but also as you start ingesting that data, you're ingesting the data from the network, from run network, from core network, from transport, from OSS, from BSS, and how do you combine that to have some sort of continuity within the data space? And now where it gets really interesting, and some of our customers are already doing that, is you also start bringing data from other verticals. So now how do I combine all of that to understand what's happening, what my customer may want, what experience they might be looking for? So AI help you through that data continuum. So learn about all the pieces of information that are through those vector of information and make sense for essentially improving the experience for the customer.
So it's really about taking the full leverage out of all that data that's out there, leverage AI to find the new value that you can get out of extracting that data, and then ultimately providing better value for everyone in the ecosystem. It's so exciting to be thinking through how can we do this together? How can we see the full value of AI going forward across the business we're driving? Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you.